Okay, so what I was saying, this is part two. What I was saying, my husband, he came in and he's like, let me finish it because he could tell I was about to have a contraction. So he's like, let me finish it. And I was like, thank you. So as he's finishing it, I stood right behind him, grabbed his waist, and just put my head on his back, and I just started moaning because I had a contraction, and they were bad. And the lady, she's like, okay, well, we need to get her a wheelchair. So they give me a wheelchair instantly, and for some reason, they tell my husband to wheel me down to triage. And I was like, well, okay, first of all, why is my husband doing it? Shouldn't a nurse do that? And second of all, why am I going to triage when I told them my water broke, okay? I don't understand that. Does she think that maybe I thought my water broke and there's a chance that it didn't? I don't know. So I went to triage, and when my husband and I got there was a nurse leaving with a dude and a woman. They're probably like Paul and I, the wife and the husband. And she just looks at me and they leave. She doesn't say someone will be with you soon, nothing like that. So there's no nurses. There's another, family or whatever, in another bed. There's 3 beds total in this tiny, tiny room. And the curtains were over, the people that were talking. But I was like, that woman is not in labor because they were like talking casually. Like, I don't know what they're, I don't know what they were saying. But you could tell that nothing was happening with her, But maybe there was, I don't know. But she's definitely not where I was at. So, a nurse finally comes in after 2 strong contractions of me being in there. Someone finally comes in and I go, my water broke, blah, blah, blah. So she puts me, and then I told her that my husband tells her I was here 3 weeks ago for preterm labor. So she instantly found my file, which was good, and she put me in the bed, hooked me up to the monitors, and she could see how many times I was contracting. Like, I couldn't get in the bed until I had my contraction over, and it was funny because I was having so many, she would be like, okay, you need to do this, but let's wait till your contraction's over, and they had to, like, every tiny step that they had me do, they had to wait for my contraction to be over. That's how fast they were coming. And I was so scared that they were going to tell me I was too dilated to have my epidural because I was so strong on that, because these contractions were like in worst pain I've ever experienced in my life, and I cannot see myself pushing a baby out naturally. I just couldn't. I thought it was going to be like the worst thing ever. So she texts me and she's like, you're 5 centimeters dilated, and I had a huge sigh of relief, like, thank God I can get my epidural. And then my husband was so cute. He goes, oh, wow, you're 5 centimeters. This is really it. We're really having this baby today. I go, honey, my water broke. It was going to be it anyway. And I go, yeah, but just hearing 5 centimeters sounds great. And I go, yeah. And I just thought that was funny because it's like he didn't think there was like a chance that we'd go home if I was below 5. So I thought that was pretty funny. And so, right when she saw that I was 5 centimeters, she called someone right away, and she's like, Mrs. Hernandez needs to be transferred into a birthing room, an actual room. And finally, 10 minutes later, they finally wheelchaired me into my room, and contraction after contraction I had, and it's so annoying. 3 weeks prior to this, when I was there for a week, I had amazing nurses. I didn't have one bad nurse. Then when I'm in labor, I have a nurse that makes me mad. And the reason why she made me mad, oh crap, I forgot to start my timer. The reason why she made me mad was because right when I met her, she was instantly rude to me, as in, she's like, okay, you need to get on the bed. I go, I'm having a contraction, and the nurse before in triage, she would let me have a contraction and then do the next step. This woman wouldn't. She's like, you need to get on the bed. Even though I told her, I go, I'm having contractions, please wait. And while I'm having this awful, painful contraction, she's like, you need to get on the bed right now. Like, hurry up. Telling me to hurry up? How the heck, sorry, I'm being careful with my words with my little man right here. But how the heck am I supposed to hurry up a contraction? So I was like, I can't. So right when I get on the bed, I have another one. And she's like, you need to lay down so we can get these monitors. I go, I can't move. I'm stuck. I'm sorry. I can barely even talk. And she's like, you need to lay down now. And my husband's like, she can't. Wait, please. So that contraction ends, and then she hooks me up, and I'm just like, this woman, and I wanted to ask her. I almost asked her, have you had any kids? Have you gone through this process? But I just didn't. I didn't want to deal with that. So they hook me up, and she's like, if you feel any pressure, let me know. And I said, okay, and I wasn't feeling any pressure. So I was like, when can I get, any kind of drugs? And, I was that desperate. Like, I needed some pain relief because these contractions would not stop. So, so they're like, we're going to get you fentanyl right now. I'm like, yes, thank God, I love fentanyl. They gave it to me 3 weeks prior, and it really helped me out. Like, and it was instant relief. It didn't take a while to kick in. It was like, I would instantly feel it. So they're like, we have to fill out, before we can give it, we have to go through this paperwork, and you have to sign it. And it felt like an eternity. I was just watching her, because I wanted fentanyl so bad that I was just watching her to, like, is she done? Is she done? And she's going, and it was a different nurse. It was the triage nurse, and she's flipping through, and the mean nurse was, like, dealing with me. I don't know what she's doing, but I was paying attention to the lady with the papers. And then she finally comes to me. The other mean nurse, she was giving me an IV. And then the other triage nurse, she finally comes to me, and she goes, you need to sign this. And my signature was so bad because I was just in so much pain. And and then she leaves. She's like, okay, I'll be back and get fentanyl. I'm like, are you kidding me? So she leaves, and she comes right back, thank God, and she gives it to me, and I felt great for like 2 minutes. Just like 2 minutes, it felt so good, and then instantly I had another contraction, and it was just as painful as the ones before. So fentanyl gave me like 2 minutes of heaven, and it was gone. I was so upset, and I was like, oh well, and I kept going, when can I get my epidural? I want my epidural right now. And they're like, the anesthesiologist, whatever his name is going to be on his way right now. I'm like, please hurry, please hurry. And then all of a sudden I started feeling pressure, and I was like, I'm feeling pressure. And the mean nurse looks at me weird. She's like, okay, let me check you. Right when she checks me, she tells me that I am 9 centimeters dilated. Right? I'm laughing because I'm thinking about my reaction when she told me. I started flipping out. Okay, not flipping out like, oh my God, you're scaring me, woman. Flipping out as in, I just started crying. And they're like, what's wrong? And I go, I knew I couldn't do naturally. They didn't have to tell me. I knew that I had to go naturally, that I could not have the epidural. They didn't have to tell me that I can't have one. I said, I need to have the epidural. This is not fair. This is not fair. And she's like, I'm so sorry, but you're going to have to do this naturally. And I go, I can't do it. I can't do it. And Paul's like, Alex, honey, you can do it. You can do it. I go, I know I have to do it, but and I know I'm going to do it because there's no way coming back for it. It's not like I can immediately stop that, I knew it was going to happen, but even though I knew it was going to happen, I just kept saying, I can't do it, I can't do it, even though I knew I could. So I have no idea how long this video has been going because I didn't start my timer until later. My timer's already saying it's almost been 5 minutes. I'm going to cut it off now, and then I'm going to start on my third.